Hi, Floyd. How are you?
I'm good, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Wow, beautiful background you got there. Where are you?
I'm up in New River, about 30 miles north of Phoenix, in the
Okay.
beautiful state of Arizona.
It is beautiful. Nice day today, too, huh?
This is what it's all about.
Yeah. Hard to believe there's a coronavirus out there, right?
Yeah, amongst all this beauty, it is hard to believe. It's quite the contrast.
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit about what type of work do you do? What profession are you in?
Aerospace. I work for an aerospace company here in Phoenix. I'm an engineering technician. We test jet engines.
Okay. And how has the corona pandemic impacted you at your work or just at life in general?
Um, well, I'm starting a week furlough next week, which is kind of a blessing, I think, because I'll get to come up here and spend a week with my mom out in the country away from everybody.
Mhm.
As far as the business goes, it's not good because it's affecting travel, and that's a trickle down for us. So, like I said, we're doing furloughs, and there's talk of layoffs, and but I'm still working, and
Mhm.
I'm working in a pretty small room with a bunch of people. They put X's down on the floor to keep our minimum distance away from each other, but we still breathe in the same air. So it's a little scary,
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm tough.
yeah. Well, it's especially scary because of your mom, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. My mom, she has respiratory issues, pretty bad, and that's why I'm up here. I'm not really caregiving, but I'm babysitting. It's not funny how that works out. Now
yeah,
I'm babysitting. So I have to come up here and watch her while my brother's out of town. And amongst what's going on, it's kind of scary that I might be bringing that up to her, but
yeah,
it's kind of between a rock and a hard spot.
yeah, because you really have no choice but to go up and be with her. So,
Not really.
yeah,
So I'm just trying to keep my hands clean and keep my distance and try to explain to her why it's important that she doesn't follow around and touch everything.
yeah.
Um,
And that was my next question. What are some of the things you're doing to cope with everything going on?
um, well, like I said, I'm keeping my distance. I'm wiping everything down around her. Um, Unfortunately, somebody that I know gave me some bleach and water spray to
Mhm.
help, and then I also got some hand sanitizers, and so I'm being prepared by people who care for me
Mhm.
and my
And
mother. So,
and you look like you're kind of out in the wilderness there. So how do you like what about supplies and things like that? Are there restrictions that you've seen in your area and in that area?
in this area, no, I haven't been to the store yet. The same restrictions there are everywhere, though. It looks like I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but the closest grocery store is probably 6 miles from here, so it's not. I'm not that far removed from society.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but it's the best place to be, I think, if during a pandemic, be out here away from everybody.
Yeah.
Me
So
and the
is your
coyote.
mom all stocked up with supplies and things?
Yeah, she has quite a bit of food. But we're going to go down into town tomorrow, hopefully, and resupply her and myself for when I go back down to where I live. Um, she's in good shape. She has a lot of toilet paper. I checked that, so
Oh, that's good.
that's important. I
Yeah,
guess.
yes. All right. Well, anything else you want to add about how things are impacting you in this pandemic?
Um, Traffic's a lot better.
Yeah.
That's not. We got to look for the good things, right?
Right, right.
Traffic's better. I'm still employed. Um, I haven't been. I've been staying away from people for the most part, as much as I can when I'm
Yeah.
not at work. There's people in my life that I wish I could be closer to, but I can't.
Mhm. You mentioned that you're starting furlough next week.
Yeah, I have to take a week furlough next week. Then I go back to work for 2 weeks. Then I take my last furlough week, the last week of the month.
Okay.
That's so far. That's what they got going on. And I think next week they put temperature checking, fever checking stations by the guard gates. So they're going to, starting Tuesday, I believe they're going to start checking all the employees coming in. and if they have running a fever, then I guess they turn them around.
Mhm.
So
And you had mentioned something earlier to me about like the state of Arizona, like some things that you heard. I mean, we don't know, it's not confirmed yet, but
yeah, I heard a rumor at work today that the state of Arizona was going to go into lockdown next week.
uh-huh.
So don't bang.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a rumor, so you take
Yeah,
for what
we'll
it's worth.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So,
So if you need to go grocery shopping, I think this weekend would be a pretty good time to do it, because I think
yeah,
that the general population might panic.
yeah, yeah,
Give the rest of the cans of soup.
yeah. And toilet paper, well, although
Yeah,
there's none
right,
left
right.
anywhere. So, all
You know,
right, well, yeah, go ahead.
it's kind of funny because before last week, I spent a week down in Mexico and I was kind of isolated from everything, and I wasn't paying attention to the news, and it was beautiful as it is down there, and enjoying life. And the last day that I was there, um, we watched something on the internet about Trump saying he's going to close the borders. So we came back day early, and it didn't really hit me how bad it was. I mean, as far as the grocery stores, until I got back. And I went into the grocery store for the first time, and it was like a zombie movie or something. It was kind of shocking.
Uh-huh.
It really drove it home quickly for me.
Yeah. Yeah, my view turned overnight as well, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and then I read something, I think it was yesterday, there were some people on the border in Mexico. I don't know if it was officials, but they were trying to keep Americans from coming back into Mexico. So,
yeah. I heard it was citizens doing it, and I
hmm,
don't blame them.
yeah,
As long as I can get to my place sooner or later, it'll be good.
yeah.
As long as I get down to the beach again.
Yeah, well, hope you can real soon. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks for taking time out of your day. I'm sure it's a very busy day, for taking time out to talk to us.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure.
All right, you take care. Be safe, be healthy.
I will. You do the same.
Thank
And
you.
everybody else out there, do the same thing.
Thanks.